little girls and all that kind of stuff. So we brought my man Black Dot here. We brought him here all the way from New York City. We're going to get ready to bring him up. He got a new book out called Hip Hop Decoded. Give him a round of applause for my man Black Dot.
Peace. Peace. It's a pleasure to be here in Baltimore, Maryland, or as y'all say in the hood, Bodymore, Murderland. I'm all the way from New York City, and like I said, it's a pleasure to be here to come and talk about something that I feel so passionate about, and that's hip-hop. The culture of hip-hop, not necessarily what you hear on the radio, because that's not necessarily hip-hop, okay? So we want to be clear with that, and hopefully by the time this particular lecture is over, you'll have a better understanding of what the culture of hip-hop is all about. Okay, what I saw up here, I've been here for about 35 minutes, and I saw a lot, I heard a lot of wonderful brothers and sisters come up and express themselves using word. The rhythm was going, and that's beautiful because this is what we've been doing since the beginning of time. It's called the oracle. We've always been able to express ourselves using words, and those words carry power and vibrations. Brothers and sisters, do not think at any point that your words do not mean anything. They mean a tremendous amount, because word is the vessel of thought. So whatever you're thinking in your mind is manifest by the words that come out of your mouth. I say that to say, listen to a lot of these rap albums that's out here today, and the vocabulary is extremely limited. I don't think I need to tell you what they're saying. It's only about a 15-word vocabulary. And that goes to express what's on their particular minds. However, if you look at hip-hop during the 80s, and you delve into what Rakim had to say, or what Public Enemy had to say, or what KRS had to say, or what Brand Nubian had to say, or what the X-Clan had to say, the list goes on and on and on. It was such a variety of what you heard. Okay, so what comes out of your mouth lets me know where your level of intelligence is. And this is not just in MCing. If I'm holding a conversation with you, within 3 or 4 minutes of that conversation, I can tell where your intelligence is. Okay, so whether that's you in school, you going for a job interview, or whatever. Now that don't mean you can't be swift and changeable. Cause son, when I'm in the hood, I'm in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta carry yourself accordingly when you in the hood. But when it's time for me to get a job or something I gotta do, I speak very proper. Yes, sir, thank you. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You do what you have to do. You have to be swift and changeable. Now, they told me I got like an hour, then we'll take a break in another hour. If you've seen any of my DVDs, I go 6-7 hours. So I'm basically gonna be clearing my throat, you know, on this particular lecture, but I think it's very important that we spend some time with this subject that I'm gonna call the Black Panthers versus the Black Rappers. An in-depth look at how today's so-called leaders have failed the African-American community. Now, I chose this topic because when I look up at what was happening in the 60s and 70s with the Black Panthers and black people in general, there was such a movement of unity amongst the people, and they was willing to fight and die for their freedom. That's right. There was no questions asked. They came in, if you came into our hood to rape our sisters, or if the police came to violate, they took your head off. That's right. No questions asked. And those were our leaders of that particular time. So when I reflect in 2006 and I sit around and say, well, listen, who are our leaders of today? I have to look at the rappers. I have to, because those are the ones who are teaching your children everything your children know. See, mom and pops are out at work doing what they got to do to put food on the table, and your children are sitting home watching BET, which stands for Black Exploitation Television, in my opinion. And these television programs are raising your children. Do not discount the amount of information that your children are learning from television or television, because it's going down, all right? And these children today, see, back when I was a child, you know, umpteen years ago, we went outside and played. We went outside, played Skelzies, Ring-a-Levia, Run, Catch, and Kiss, all kind of games we played. So we spent a lot of time out in the street. However, in this day and time with the internet, PlayStation, these children sit at home all day moving their thumbs, playing video games, and they don't really go out in the street, and they're watching about what their life is supposed to be about through the television. The television tells you how to dress, what's hot, what's not, and the whole 9 yards. So we want to keep that in mind, because today's leaders are not the Black Panthers. Today's leaders are the black rappers. So we want to see, from the time that the Black Panthers was putting in all of that work, children's programs, feeding kids, standing out on the corner with the shotty to protect the block, to what today's rappers have added to our society. Now, keep in mind, I love hip-hop. I hate shit-hop, okay? We want to be clear on that. I love hip-hop. I just hate shit-hop, all right? So we want to see where this is going. So bear with me a little bit. Okay, I think I screwed that up already. Okay, so we put up a few Black Panthers. You know the names: H-Rap Brown, Tupac's moms, Asada Shakur, Bobby Seale, I see George Jackson in there, Geronimo, the whole crew. Now I put this up because I want you to look at this, youngsters. All of these brothers and sisters up here were no joke at what they did, all right? And they were fighting for a just cause, okay? This is from 66 on up. And they were standing, and they were willing to give their life, okay? So that we can reap the benefits. So we want to see, how have we paid our ancestors back, the ones who put their lives on the line, so that we may be able to walk the streets and so forth and so on. So, you know the names, you know the faces. All right, this is going to be a journey. Okay, so we went from the Black Panther Party to the black rappers who party. Okay, so it's still a party. It's just a different kind of party. All right, now check those faces out, because those are the usual suspects. You know the ones. Got 50, Nelly, P. Diddy, Snoop, Lil' Kim with a boob out, Jay, my man Lil Wayne. Now, as an entertainer, I mean, I might be able to listen to these songs and appreciate a hot beat, things of that nature, but keep in mind that it's bigger than that. All right? Because a lot of our 12 and 13-year-old brothers and sisters can't put it in this proper perspective that this is just a song that Jay-Z or 50 didn't kill 30 people on his last song. Okay? Our young ones, the ones who are a little older, we understand what's going on. But it's important because the youth are the ones who are tomorrow's leaders. So I'm going to show you that the devil, this is a science for the devil. He's not worrying about the old people because they old. Old fogey, stogie ain't gonna do nothing but bark a little bit. He ain't gonna make change though. However, the youth, that young dude at home who's inputting and processing all of this information, he can make change. Okay, during the height of apartheid, 85 to 90% of the entire movement were 18 and younger. You see what I'm saying? They were ready to go to war. Okay? So we want to keep that in mind, because the youth, the one who on the corner, who's really taking all of this in, he can make change. Right. All right? So it's younger men for war and it's older men for counsel. So I'm not disrespecting the older ones, because they're there for counsel, to show us and pass us the history on and show us what it is that we need to be doing. But the young are the ones who are going to stage war. And this devil understands that. You see what I'm saying? That's why he fears you with the utmost, he shows you the utmost respect, but he fears you because he knows that you have the potential not only to take his block off, but you have potential to raise up and take this whole nation over. So they gotta keep you partying. All right? So let's keep that in mind, and let's see if I can just hit that. Oh, okay. Gay Edgar Hoover. Let's be clear, because J. Edgar Hoover, for those of the youth who don't know, was the head of the FBI during the height of COINTELPRO. I'll get into that a little bit. He was the one who said he was in search, basically, or his mission was to stop the rise of a black messiah.